So as you probably have gathered, the spacing for the crossbars are set. So on the first cars, I actually had to move my crossbar that goes over the spare tire. I actually moved it forward 2 1/8 inches compared to the pierces that are on the original, the first 10 or 15 cars. So if you have one of those first 10 or 15 cars, I mount my crossbar, and I'll show you this. I re-drilled holes 2 1/8 of an inch further forward, 2 inches, 1/8 inch further forward. So that gives me a new spacing on the bars. And I figured I'd share this with you. Most of you have already done this on your own, but I figured I'd make it official. So if you put the tape measure at the very beginning of the bed, you're going to use the riv nuts. Remember, this is very thin metal. It's, well, not relatively speaking. It's 1/8 of an inch thick, so it's thick metal, but it's not really enough to tap and install a bolt without a threads on the back side. So instead of doing that, we use riv nuts, and I place the riv nut at 1 inch, at 13.5 inch, and then we begin putting the crossbars in place. Our first crossbar here is the one with the angled end. So the angled end, I mount the center at 28.25 inches from the front wall. And I actually just clamp this with a little vice grip or something to clamp it in place while I install the brackets. The next one toward the rear, the center of the C-channel is at 43 inches from the front. In one of the other videos, I think I measure it from the rear, but I figure I might as well do it from the front this time with the new numbers. The one that goes over the spare tire well here, this one is 57.75 to the center of the C-channel, and then it ends about 72.5. This one is in, these are in pierces in the side walls. This one is in pierces, but on the first 15 or 20 guys, it actually mounts right here. So I moved mine to keep the spacing perfect between all of the crossbars. I actually moved my rear bar over the spare tire forward 2 1/8 inches. So that's, if you really want to get into details, that's how you get perfect spacing on your Dodge Charger crossbars. Once again, riv nuts on the sheet metal up there. We drill and tap these thicker aluminum bars after we put the aluminum extrusion, the floor pieces, on top of this whole assembly.